Oh, this is a strange first video to be making, but I thought this would be a pretty good first video to make as it relates to me and probably a lot of other people as well. And I just want to talk about the current generation and their mental health. Like, I have been doing, I wouldn't say a social experiment, but I've been trying something in order to see what it's really like for current children and young adults and how they're doing mentally. So I've been going through. I have a TikTok page on here that is dedicated towards those. You've probably seen them before. Those like real, those depressing um, TikToks, and to just see who was interacting with them. So I've been, posting videos on it semi frequently, and about a week in to posting videos, I realized that the majority of people that liked the videos were young children and well, I wouldn't say young. Most of them were in their teens and some in their, I believe, early 20s. It's it's really saddening to see, and I thought it'd be a pretty just not a good first video. It's kind of a sad topic to start off on, but it's the most realistic one. Is the one that needs to be spread the most. It's it's just really sad. Majority of what I can tell are from quite joke-like accounts, which is the worst part. Let's take. Let me scroll back up to the top. This one, for example. Now, this guy, as you can see, he posts R6 related content. And his name is Skibidi Riz in Ohio. Like, that's. No one above a certain age is obviously gonna name themselves that. But they liked and favorited one of the videos that I posted, which means they're gonna go back to it. And I wanna know what is going on in these young kids' head for even with these jokey accounts and these funny haha kind of names where they can't like express themselves in a meaningful manner. Is it's just there's also I've seen a incredible amount of accounts like these. Oh, there we go. Following 1,000 people. Following me is one of them. And you could just scroll through the people they're following forever, and you'll notice it's just these really, really sad and depressing accounts. And I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure accounts like these are like secondary backup accounts to actually like react to this sort of content because I assume they feel that they're going to be made fun of or stuff like that. And it's just really upsetting. Let's take, I don't have many followers, but as you can see from the like ratio, I've been getting quite a bit of interaction. Obviously, I'm going to keep doing this just to see like how people really are. And I can tell from the videos that have the most sort of reactions. This was one of them. It just sort of fades to this. They don't have any confidence in themselves at all. The ones that get the most interactions, the most likes, the most comments is stuff that puts themselves down, and it's really sad. For example, this one, I don't know if you're able to read it. It says it's getting worse. You got to tell someone. And then this one, the second slide says nobody gives a fuck about you. And now that's one of the videos that has not the most likes to view ratio, but it has some of the higher amount of views. And in order for this stuff to be shown to you, you've got to be liking something, some content similar to this. And I can tell for a fact because I don't know if you're able to see it. Let me turn the brightness down. The tags that I use aren't ones that you would get particularly with like no sort of, I don't know how to word it. It's just like this isn't something that you get while scrolling on a normal TikTok For You page. You know, it's something that the For You has deliberately put there. And I know that, you know, the For You page is a bit iffy sometimes, but you could see who's viewed your videos, and I've seen the same people quite a few times. Even if they haven't reacted with the content, they're still popped up on the same stuff, and it's disheartening, man. It's really, it upsets me, and I'm the one posting the content. It's really sad. I mean, this is the sort of, can you just focus, please? There we go. This is one of the slideshows. That's one of the things it says. And if I look at the people that have liked it, where is it? There it is. This is like what I'm currently looking at is what seems to be a young girl, like a maximum 16 years old. She's liking content about not wanting to be on this planet anymore. Here's one that's not a young girl. This is, well, they are a young person anyway. It's a 21-year-old's account. No, please just focus. There we go. And looking at the content they make, it's not sad. It's not particularly sad or depressing content. I mean, they make art videos, man. It's just really, I just don't know how to feel about it. And I think the reason I want to make this as my first video is because it hits sort of close to home. You know, my mental health. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but you know, at such a young age to have such a bad feelings about yourself, it's really bad. It really is. So I just want, so I just made this content to sort of spread the kids nowadays aren't all there, and they need some sort of stability. And maybe the person watching this is young, and maybe, or maybe you've got a little sibling or anything like that. Please speak to them, and not like, you know, hey, you okay? Because let's be realistic. Even when we're not okay, and someone asks if we're okay, we're gonna say, yeah, I'm alright, or I'm good, or I'm just tired. We all know the excuses. So if you do know someone you even remotely think that they are struggling with something, or you know that they feel like they can't tell somebody something, try and talk to them and try and get them to say anything, even if it's just a I haven't been feeling all right, or I'm just been a little bit sad lately. Just open up even slightly. And if you are the person and you are hiding the way you feel about stuff, and you know how you are in your head and what you feel about yourself, please reach out to somebody. Please talk to anybody. It could be a friend, it could be a parent, an uncle, a cousin, or you can seek help. There are online therapy related stuff. There's anonymous therapy websites. There is outlets, and I want people to know that if you feel like you don't belong here, you do. Everybody has some sort of worth. You could have lived a horrible life, and I get that sometimes when it's bad, it feels like you can't go anywhere. But you need to understand that sometimes it'll get bad, and sometimes it'll get even worse, and maybe even worse than that. But there will be some peaks, there will be some heights, there'll be some good. And maybe if you can't find those peaks, try and turn to some sort of outlet. And for some, that's be religion, or just finding a hobby that they enjoy. Just finding something that makes you smile, put a smile on your face, or, you know, makes you feel genuinely happy. And if you do find that thing that makes you happy, if it were to be art, for example, don't let what other people say about it stop you from doing it. I used to love art when I was younger, and I remember quite a few people would say, well, like in school and whatnot, would say that my art was bad or that it was shit and I should give up and stuff like that. And I did give up. And it just felt way, way worse. And now when I go back to art, that's all I can remember is me giving up. So if you find something you enjoy, if you find something you like, just find anything that makes you genuinely happy, please stick to it. And if you ever go down a deep or a dark path, reach out to somebody, anybody. It could be anybody. And if you really feel like you can't speak to somebody you know, or a therapist or anything like that, try and speak to yourself, not in a rude, you're horrible, you don't deserve anything sort of way. Just speak to yourself and imagine the people around you, how they would feel if you were to do something bad to yourself. I'm also not going to, elaborate on what I mean by that, but you get the gist. And if, like I said earlier, if you think you know somebody who's going through something, please speak to them. I don't care if you just say you're alright. That's anything like that. If they give one of the excuses that we all know, try and get a little bit out of them. But if they aren't willing to speak to you about it that day or the next day or the day after, please just keep asking if they're okay. Eventually, they will be able to trust you with their feelings, and they will, you know, say something. They will say how they are really. You just got to be persistent and take care of those that you care for. And I think that's really it for the first video. This is such a strange first video. Um, but I feel like it was the right thing to do with the outlet that I have. And this video is probably going to get like 2 views. But those 2 people, if you could share it to your friend or even an auntie or just anybody, so that they know how bad it's getting for the younger generation, and how they are in their head, I would very much appreciate it. And I don't think I will be making content like this again. it's just so sad, and it's not really something I want to talk about, but it's something I felt like I have to. So I think that's it for this video. I appreciate anybody who watches. I'll say the regular YouTube stuff, even though it's a very sad video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Uh, I don't know. Send it to your gran. Uh, and just think about it. Just think. Okay. Thank you very much.